everyone, I'm Jamila Mustafa, and welcome to Keep It Simple, your place to get the advantage in tech, gaming, money management, and shout out to my folks at Simple Mobile, where you get the advantage of their powerful nationwide 5G network with no contract, so you can freely connect with your favorite influencers and experts anytime, anywhere. Today's episode is all about finance with Ross Mack. So let's get right into it. Take it away, Ross.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of Macconomics. I'm your host, Ross Mack, and I'm here to try to help you get to the bag. We got a new caller calling. Talk to me what you get.
Ross, it's Tiffany with the Epiphany. You heard? Listen, Biden is up in the office, and he about to break us off $1,400. Okay, this time I want to do better. What should I do?
Tiffany, that's exactly what we're going to do, baby. We're going to make sure you do better this go round. Out the gate, right? First question is, do you have any bills, any outstanding debt?
Ross, I got so many bills, all my money be touched on. You feel me?
Okay. And then lastly, do you have a plan to pay back this debt, right? Do you have a budget plan or anything like that?
Did you say budget? As in put money away and don't touch it? No, I'm not. You got some tips for that too?
Absolutely. So, Tiff, this is what we're going to do. Just download it. It's in my bio, man. Download my free budgeting plan, because what I want to do is make sure you have an entire plan, not only, just for your income, but also your outflows. I want you to start tracking that so you can better attack all the debt, and that way you effectively are going to be financially free, right? So for starters, when it comes to budgeting, I want you to think about it like this. Your after-tax take-home pay, 50% of that should be going towards your necessities, right? Think about housing, right? Whether it's rent or mortgage, food, shelter, that entire gamut, right? Paying for insurance. And then 30% of that should be going towards your wants. And that's whatever you want to do, right? Whether you want to go get your hair did, vacationing, going to Miami with your girls, I understand. And then 20% of that is going to be very important, because we want to start saving that money as well as paying down debt. And then lastly, I want you to also think about it when it comes to that, that necessities. I want you to build up your emergency fund. So right now, if you don't have a fully funded emergency fund and you have job security, right now you're already able to, pay for your, rent and light bill and, food and shelter in general. I want you to say, okay, I want to always, at all times, have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund set up, because that is always going to be able to help you, especially in the midst of a pandemic. I want you to understand that, job security isn't always there, right? And one thing you want to do is always make sure, if you were to ever fall on hard times, you have that rainy day emergency fund. And then secondly, right now that we got that, where should we put that other $1,400, right? So assuming you got job security, assuming that you have your emergency fund set up, now what are we gonna do with that $1,400? And I want you to start thinking about how you're gonna pay down debt, right? I want you to line up all your debt and line it up from lowest balance to highest balance, and then commit to paying the minimum required payment on all of your debts, and then take that $1,400 and start paying off your lowest actual debt balance. That way you can start trying to knock that out, and once you knock that out, you're gonna just move on to the next debt, right? And that's what we call the debt snowball method. But all in all, I really hope that helps. Thanks for calling.
Keep it simple, quick tip. You can save on your monthly phone bill by switching to Simple Mobile with your current phone, or upgrading to some of the hottest devices at a lower price.
Next caller, talk to me what you got.
Yo, Ross Mack, quick question. I saw my man Joe Biden is pausing the repayment on federal loans, but let's just say hypothetically that I was a regular, repayer on my loans. What would you say that you recommend I do now that that part's kind of freed up a little bit on my budget, at least to the point where it's not hitting my credit?
Hey, great question, man. It is true. First day in office, Biden made sure to extend the forbearance, right, for student loans. It's being extended to September 30th. But one thing I want you guys to understand is that when it comes to student loan forbearance, this isn't necessarily forgiveness. This is just, you don't have to pay for the next, call it, 8 months, right? But understand that come October 1st, technically speaking, you will continue to have to owe on your loans. Obviously, I understand there's been some chatter in Congress where they are trying to pretty much just wipe out $10,000 worth for student loans. Hopefully that does go through. But in the event that it doesn't, I want you to continue to prepare and live your life as though it's not gonna occur, right? So when it comes to the fact that student loan forbearance is happening right now, I want you to look at this two ways, right? You have to ask yourself, one, do you have your emergency fund set up? If you don't, I want you to kind of maybe pause on paying it so you can actually get a fully funded emergency fund. And then two, ask yourself, what other debt do you have, right? Because right now, you effectively don't have to pay your student loans. So I want to make sure that you can utilize this as a good way to maybe hopefully get some other relief in other areas of your life, right? So in this instance, if you have call it credit card debt, right? Suppose you got maybe $3,000, $4,000 of credit card debt. The first thing I want you to understand is that, the average credit card interest rate is about 20%. So in this instance, I would probably recommend for you to not necessarily pay your student loans right now, but actually use that money to hopefully try to knock out that credit card debt, because the average interest rate on the student loans is wrapped around 6%. So look at it like this. For every $100 that you owe Sally Mae, you're pretty much paying them $6 in interest. But for every $100 that you owe your credit card company, you're paying them roughly $20. So in this instance, I would recommend not paying your student loan so you could actually apply that extra money so you can start getting out of your credit card debt quicker. Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is get you to be financially free, and you're not gonna be financially free if you're constantly paying debt. The next thing I want you to also assess is like, okay, if you have job security, if you got your emergency fund, you get 3 to 6 months of necessary expenses saved up, and you don't have credit card debt and the only debt you really have are student loans, then I want you to look at this as a way to say, how can I now take advantage of these next 8 months? I want you to look at this as an opportunity to say, now you no longer have to pay interest for the next, another 8 months or so. So what you'll be doing is just knocking down your principal balance, right? You are not accruing any interest right now, so use this as an opportunity to continue to pay down your student loans. So in conclusion, I want you to look at this two ways. If you have job security, if you have your emergency fund set up, but you do have credit card debts, then I want you to pause paying your student loans and actually divert all that energy to paying down those higher interest rates, right? You want to get out of that credit card debt as soon as possible. Once again, that's roughly 20% interest rate versus call it the 6% interest rate on student loans. The other way is saying, I have my job security, I have my emergency fund set up, I don't have credit card debts, all I actually have are these student loans. Then I want you to use this as an opportunity to continue paying, because now you're not having to pay interest rates. You're now able to purely pay the principal. You're able to knock that balance down. So hopefully once October 1st gets here, you have a much smaller balance and you have your plan to continue to paying down this debt. I really hope that helps. Next caller, talk to me what you got.
Staying on top of your finances keeps you smart and powerful. Simple Mobile is the way to go with unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a month on a 5G network. All of this without a contract? That's taking control. No mystery fees, no activation fees, and no contract ever. You'll be saving money in no time. I'm Jamila Mustafa, and that's how you keep it simple.